In this video, I'm going to share 3 ways to encourage our spouse. And we're going to start right now. Hello everyone, this is Karen Axalan, and this is officially my first video upload for my YouTube channel. My husband and I just celebrated our 8th year wedding anniversary this week. It's already a huge milestone given that we have overcome the 7-year itch. I decided to celebrate this milestone by sharing 3 ways how to encourage our spouses. 3 ways to encourage your spouse. Number 1 is through appreciation. Appreciation is simply recognizing the good qualities of someone. What does that mean? Focus on the good qualities of your spouse and you tell and then you communicate that to her or to him. For example, you would say thank you for taking out the trash. Thank you for working hard. You just recognize that he's diligent in what he does. For your wife who just cook a very elaborate and fancy meal for you, you would say, wow, thank you for your effort in preparing this meal today. Or you say, you're such a great cook, you're such a great mom, you're such a great wife. Just acknowledge the good qualities and celebrate that. Communicate that. We all need appreciation, and I have seen how my husband has grown to be a good man, a good husband and a father because we practice appreciation at home. And the same thing with me. I have blossomed from an insecure girl to an empowered woman because my husband has been a great encourager. He appreciates me a lot too. Appreciation is very powerful. We could not underestimate that. We need to affirm, acknowledge the good qualities of our spouses. The need to be affirmed and recognized should be felt by the husband and wife to each other. And one way of appreciating our spouse is to catch them doing good. So we do not have to wait for an anniversary or a birthday or a Valentine's Day to tell them their good qualities. It could be right now. What is it that your husband or wife is doing that you feel you need to appreciate him or her? Let us normalize appreciation within the marriage. Whew, okay, may I sip a little coffee? Okay. Another way of giving encouragement to our spouses is through attention. John Gottman is a psychologist and a researcher. He has at least 4 decades of data. He studied married couples and how they interact with one another, and he could actually predict if this couple will end up filing for a divorce or will have a healthier marriage for the rest of their lives. The data that he has made him so confident to predict when will this couple file for a divorce. One of the things he discovered from his research is how couples turn towards each other. For example, your husband and you are on the same room and you were browsing funny videos, probably on TikTok or in YouTube, and then you say,
"Hey, honey, check this out. It's so hilarious."
And how your husband responds to the invitation to connect will make or break your relationship in the future. John Gottman said if the husband would turn to his wife and would say, yeah, and go back to what he's doing, that is a rejection on the wife's part. She would feel unheard, unseen, and she would feel invalidated. But healthy couples, according to Gottman, and this is from his research, his observation, and the healthy couples turn toward their spouse and acknowledges that invitation to connect. For example, the wife would say,
Honey, look at this funny video.
and the husband would turn to his wife and say, oh, and then he would watch the video and he would say, yeah, that's really funny. And there would be a connection. It may not be a video. It could be the husband would say, look at the skies, honey. The moon is brighter tonight. The wife would acknowledge that invitation to connect and would turn to him and say, yeah, it looks brighter tonight. Do you want to have a romantic time? Paying attention is a source of encouragement. That's just a few minutes. Turning towards your spouse is just a few minutes, a few seconds. It would make or break your relationship one day. Let's go deeper with paying attention. Let's talk about listening. And this is creating a safe space for each other. And that means your husband, your wife feels safe to open up with you because you are listening. You are actively listening. You are paying attention not just to his or her words, but even to her emotions, her tone, on how she is conveying the message. Listening, turning towards your spouse, that's how we encourage. Number 3 is acceptance. We actually encourage our spouse when they feel we accept him or her for who they are, not what we want them to be. It's a realization that you will never be able to change your spouse. Each of us has our own weakness, our blind spots, our quirkiness, our weirdness. No one is perfect. The only person we can change is ourselves. Accepting our spouse is encouraging them. A husband is a safe space. When we are together, we could just relax with each other's presence because we have accepted one another. That is the real meaning of love, that you can be who you are with your flaws, your weaknesses, and yet someone is willing to accept you, flaws and all, and love you without condition. And that is an encouragement. Accepting our spouse also means knowing what their love language is. If you already know what your love language is, can you comment it below? On my next video, I'm going to talk about the 5 love languages of encouragement. These are 3 ways of the many ways we can encourage our husbands or wives: appreciation, attention, and acceptance. I would like to hear your thoughts about this. How do you encourage your spouse? Please write them on the comments below. If we are going to have an encouragement movement, we need to succeed at home first. We need to start at home, and we need to practice it with our spouses.